Hi, I'm George Smith from Bigger By to Bolder. I'm also the founder of BBB Success Groups for Ambitious Entrepreneurs. And today I want to talk to you about the power of surrounding yourself with people that have differing skill sets, abilities, and knowledge than you, or even having complementary or even contradictory skills, abilities, and knowledge to you. I want you to imagine for a moment this Swiss cheese looking design behind here represents all of your current skill set, all your current ability, all of your current knowledge. Best will in the world, there are gaps in your game, and all those gaps in the game are represented here with those white spaces. So your success is falling literally through the gaps in your game. Now, when you get multiple people together in a room, each person has their own skill set, but they also have their own gaps in their game. So in our masterminds, for example, in success groups, I like to have people coming from very differing backgrounds with very different skill sets, because actually we get to cover each other's gaps in our games. So I might be the expert on culture, mindset, attitude and behaviors and execution and goal setting and accountability. However, when it comes to finances, that is not my strong point. But there's an accountant in there, there's an FD accountant. She absolutely covers me when it comes to my finances. We have a HR person in there, we have a recruitment person, a guy in there who's an expert at systems and processes, someone else that prepares companies for sale, and we have more people in there besides that. So between us, we have all these very different skill sets, and what happens is we start to plug each other's gaps in our game. So once again, this is my gap, say for example, I bring in a second person, they have different skills and knowledge and abilities, but they also have different gaps in their game. So I plug some of their gaps, they plug some of my gaps. You bring in a third person, I plug some of their gaps, they plug some more of my gaps. Bring a fourth person in with different knowledge and skills and abilities, and I plug some of their gaps and they plug some of my gaps. What we're left with here is far fewer gaps in our game. Now this model is representative of just 4 people in your peer group. However, our average mastermind has between 10 and 11 people in it. Our success groups has up to 80 people in it in 2 groups, 40 in each. So you can imagine when you get that kind of support structure in place, it's great for accountability and it's great for motivation, but actually one of the biggest things it gives us is it covers our asses. It's a safety net. So it protects us from all these big gaping holes in our game, some of which we do know and some of which we don't even know exist. So this message really to you is to get yourself into an environment where other people have different skills to you. They don't have to be better than you at what you're doing. That would be like a mentor. What we're talking about here is a peer group that supports you, covers some of your gaps and you cover some of their gaps. If you do that, less of that success is going to fall through those gaps. Get yourself into a mastermind, get yourself into a club, surround yourself with a peer group, but make sure it's a two-way transaction. You plug their gaps, they plug your gaps. This is just one of the gains you get from joining something like a mastermind like we run, or success groups that we run. So make sure you surround yourself with the right people, plug the gaps in your game, and you will be more successful. Until next time, as always, be successful.